And welcome back, everybody, to A Mason's World. Jake Mason with you. And Gutfeld came across my feed. And I think I struck pay dirt here. And he actually tells some truth in plain sight. And he describes exactly what the powers that run this world are trying to do to us. And he tells it to you right on their own media. That's right. Listen, let's take a listen.
Up next, would your knickers be in a twist if the U.S. ceased to a G in the
I like that. Cease to be. Let's see what's going on here.
bedroom? Recently sparked a debate, tweeting, "We need a national divorce." I'm joking. We need to separate by red states and blue states and shrink the government.
Okay, so we need to shrink the federal government and separate the red states from the blue states. You see how they have divided this country? Blue states and red states. Yes, they have divided all of us. We are no longer united. Of course, all of this has been done intentionally by the international powers that actually run things around here. And they also run these networks. They own them all. They own the whole system. And he tells you the truth right in plain sight and how evil this is.
And a new poll seems to back that idea up. A third of Americans support splitting up the map by political ideology.
They're already doing that. That's why you have these dudes on TV. And you got them on NBC, you got them on ABC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN, and all of them because they are all owned by the same people. What they have done to this country is the equivalent of professional wrestling. That type of thing. It's crazy, but if you're awake and aware and have studied and done your research, you know all of this. But let's go on.
And about half of Republicans support the far-fetched idea. So how
It isn't far-fetched. It's already done.
did we get to this point? Well, when so many states want to go out for a quart of milk and never come back, maybe it's because the media is labeling half the country white supremacists, Nazi homophobes.
And you're right. And notice he said the media, which includes him.
That's why people get hit with cantaloupes when they wear a red hat. And now look at the people who are mocking MTG's.
Look at this. He even shows it right in front of you in plain sight. New York Times, all your publications, all of your, let's put it this way. Anything that you get your information from mainstream is owned. It's all owned. And guess what? They also own those social media platforms. All of them.
Opinions. It's the same people who primed a country for division.
There it is. There it
Create
is.
the impression that 50% of the country hates the other 50%.
Portrays. What did he say? Let's go back. Boy, this is golden.
Country, white supremacists, Nazi homophobes.
All right.
That's why people get hit with cantaloupes when they wear a red hat. And now look at the people who are mocking MTG's opinions. It's the same people who primed a country for division. They create the impression that 50% of the country hates the other 50%.
Create the impression he is telling you truth in plain sight. That's why these networks exist, to psychologically manipulate you. And then we're all fighting, and then we don't know who the real enemy is when the time comes. And trust me, folks, it is coming quickly. Very quickly.
And then claim you're an a-hole for responding appropriately to their relentless propaganda. They
Propaganda. Notice, God, this is golden.
stoke division, then blame us when we want to separate. It's like Amber Heard pooping the bed and then getting mad when Johnny headed for the couch.
And a man in drag there. Folks, you got to wake up to the deception. This world is a deceptive place. And what we are going through is a spiritual type deal. Massive change, awakening. You have to look at this for what it is. Does this look like a man or a woman? And why does it matter what these characters are? They're Hollywood, part of the same system. Keep going. Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Ugh.
And how would this divorce even work? Who would get custody of the Navy? Who gets the nukes? And how would red states feel when they see their ex hook up with Canada?
They're already hooked up with Canada. That's the funny part. Folks, there are no red states and blue states. It's an illusion. It's all one world government. Wake your ass up.
What a loser. Anyway, but maybe instead of talking about divorce, we should try to reconcile.
Yes.
Germany can reunite and Bennifer can reunite. Maybe we can focus on unity too. Sure, California and Florida have their differences, but at the end of the day, none of us watch CNN.
See, he's got to throw the punch over to the competitor because this is a Republican channel. They have divided everybody in this country, put them in a friggin' box, cults, getting them to hate each other. And let me tell you, we are not too far away from seeing something that will blow our minds. And I hate to say that, but this is a big change in all the deception. It's right in front of you. He's telling you what they are doing. TV is the weapon. Oh, yeah.
Hotel.
Oh, my God. Look at these people.
This story, by the way, this national divorce thing has kind of been around for a while.
Yes, it has. Ever since, now it's been around for longer than you care to think.
It's more proof that an idea from, say, the podcast world has bubbled up into the mainstream thing. What do you make of it?
Yeah, so I think there's an oversimplification of politics into this left-right paradigm. It's more of a sphere where at the core is the state. And the closer you get to the core, the more you want the state in your life.
Well, the problem is the state runs those parties, both of them. What do you think? They're independent of the federal government? No. Let's see.
For example, on the right, they want more police. On the left, they want more social programs. So I don't think it's fair to just call the left right. But
You're right, because nobody votes by issue anymore. They vote by party. See how they did it? Nobody votes on how many. I'm a little liberal and a little Republican.
What I would like to see
or whatever.
Is populist.
Let me get rid of this stupid thing. I'm sorry.
Divorce, where people divorce from identifying with the Republican Party or the Democratic Party and start identifying with each other as a.
Now, that is what we should be doing. He's telling you that's what we should be doing, united. We don't even know what our damn differences are. All we do is hear Democrat or Republican, and then we're all fighting because these people have trained you to do so. That's the truth. And that's why we are in the current state that we are. Let's go on.
As a people. And I think as a result, what will happen is you'll find that the Republicans and the Democrats will have to be more bipartisan and put us first. I think it's a way to hold them accountable and make them do their job.
That makes too much sense.
You're right, and it'll never happen. It makes too much sense. See how he just downplayed it? Because he knows.
Too much sense, Kat.
There it is.
What bothers me is I can get people mocking Marjorie Taylor Greene, except that the people mocking her are the ones that have been pushing division forever. When people when people say, my God, we can't get along, that's the result of cable and everybody else saying we can't get along.
Bam! I'm sorry, I had to steal that from another well-known truther. I'm sorry. It just came out. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Truth in plain sight, folks. Look at this fake moon. FOX, red and blue. All Masonic. You got to study Freemasonry to really understand what's going on. Do that. And then you'll begin to understand the deception. Look at this.
So I don't think it's time for a divorce. But
Man and drag here.
I do think we need to open up the relationship a little bit.
Open up the relationship a little bit.
Think about it. Like, that's what the original concept of this country was supposed to be. Like, you're technically married, you have someone to bring as the wedding date, but most of the time you pretty much do your own thing. Like, we were never supposed to have the government this intimately influencing every single aspect of our lives.
Correct. She's telling you truth here. But the real question is why? Because they own the parties, they own the TV, they own what you see. It's a one world government already. There is no, people are saying, what is it? Oh, wait till the new world order gets it. It's already here, it's been here. All our lives. We just didn't know it. Now they're showing their hands.
So the differences of opinion weren't supposed to be that big of a deal because the government wasn't impacting that much. And
now it is. Now it is because they're coming out. This is the great reset. That's what they tell you. One world government, UN, all of those cats. That's who they are. They're all Freemasons running stuff. This is waking up to the deception. In this, I'm afraid they're telling you truth, but it's part of the deception. It's part of the show. And that's all it is. But they are telling you. But you agree with it, laugh at it, and still fall back into their left-right divide. Right where they want you.
now I'm struggling to think of something that it doesn't impact. So I think not a national divorce, open up the relationship. The government needs to be less involved overall, and then everybody can just kind of do their own thing.
Why is it overly involved? When did that happen? Why? Because you actually live in a communist country. What do you think? They're going to tell you that it's free? I mean, it's a slave camp? Or it's communism? No. They're going to give you places like China and Russia as places you don't want to be. And they give you the illusion that you are free, that your vote counts. No, it's a show. It is a show. They are telling you this in plain sight.
Polyamorous.
Yeah.
We should be, screw democracy, let's be polyamorous. I kind of want to hook up with Trinidad and Tobago.
We already have. We're a one world government.
No.
We already have.
No, I don't.
Look at this guy. What is this? All this Masonic stuff. I don't know what this is. Let's see what he says.
Is Guam a territory?
Yeah. Under one world order.
Guam later in the afternoon.
Listen, I'm just going to break this down for you.
All right, go ahead.
It's the same for men everywhere. Yeah, divorce always sounds like a great idea, especially for us red states because we'd have small government.
Why does he keep saying red state, blue state? See what he did? They just told you what we should be doing. And he goes on to break it down, red state, blue state. Again, reinforcing the division.
It would have lower taxes, would have more businesses.
Nope.
Our military would be stronger. The
Come on, man.
is we wouldn't have any trees in our countries because we'd be building walls trying to keep them out all the time because
He's reading a script off the teleprompter.
once we have something nice, they're going to take it from us. So instead of getting divorced and just allow them to take all your dreams and aspirations.
Oh, who's going to take your dreams and aspirations?
You just stay in that marriage and just
suffer.
hope that it gets better, or maybe one day they will leave.
They ain't going to leave. The marriage is not between. It's a one world government already. They just told you what the truth is. Everything that you see is on a world stage. A world stage. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.